Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton have major love for each other. Access Hollywood is taking a look at the couple's cutest, most recent moments together, from quotes they've said about each other to milestones they've celebrated in their relationship.
It's like one of those miracle situations where I didn't see it coming.
Gwen Stefani is grateful for her husband, Blake Shelton. The Grammy winner was on Wednesday's episode of The Drew Barrymore Show and admitted that the country singer came into her life at the perfect time.
God just put us together. It was like one of those miracle situations where I didn't see it coming. I was like, I'm gonna wake up every day, I'm gonna have a coffee, I'm gonna take care of my kids, and then I'm gonna go to bed. Like, I'm never gonna kiss anyone. Like, I'm never gonna, you know what I mean? Like, I thought my life was over. And then Blake Shelton's like, hey, I'm Blake Shelton.
The pair met in 2014 when they were judges on The Voice. At the time, the two were married to other people. Gwen was wed to Gavin Rossdale, while Blake was married to Miranda Lambert. Blake and Miranda filed for divorce in 2015 after 4 years of marriage. Shortly after, Gwen and Gavin split, filing for divorce in 2016 after 14 years of marriage. The pair tied the knot on 4th of July last year and have been happily married since. In fact, the Hollaback Girls singer told Drew that meeting Blake was a, quote, dream.
Finding a best friend and someone that is like on the same like plane when it comes to morals or like just the way you look at life, that's the dream. You know what I mean? Just having someone that it's like we think the same about things, yet we're so different. Like he's like watching football and doing his stuff that he does, and I'm like putting makeup on. So whatever. Like, I mean, we are so different, but yet we're so the same on so many levels.
That's the perfect balance,
yeah.
because opposites attract, expand each other's horizons, and also give a little room for individuality.
Blake and Gwen will presumably be spending a lot of time together after the God's Country singer retires from The Voice later this year. Last month, the No Doubt singer chatted with Access Hollywood and admitted she is looking forward to finding out what he does after his final season on the reality competition show.
His grind, I mean, this is a man that has 28 #1 radio hits. So in between 2 seasons of The Voice, he's going on tour, and he's worked really hard, so he deserves just a little change of pace, you know what I mean? And it's going to be interesting to see like how he fills his time, and I'm going to have to find his new identity, you know what I mean? Because for me, he's The Voice, you know, and I'm just proud of him. He's just worked so hard, and he's just brought so much joy to so many people. People love him. We love you, Blake. We all do.
Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton are celebrating a major milestone. The Hollaback Girls singer took to Instagram to mark the anniversary. Blake got down on one knee and asked her to marry him. Quote, 2 years ago today. Gwen wrote alongside a sweet snapshot of the two smooching while she showed off her bling. Blake popped the big question back in 2020 after the pair, who met while working together on The Voice, dated for 5 years. At the time, Blake shared their sweet proposal story with Access Hollywood.
I like this friendship that's happening right here. Nick, any advice for Blake with his upcoming wedding? Because yours was a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, I mean, ours is very different, obviously, because it's an Indian wedding and there are multiple events and things. I don't anticipate Blake and Gwen having an Indian wedding, but if you did, I'm sure it'd be a lot of fun. I don't know. I don't have any advice. It's to each his own, you know, and to each their own. And I'm sure it'll be amazing. But Blake, you know, do your thing, have fun.
We're
marriage
cheap. I'm looking for whatever's cheap, Kip, Nick. Just any advice you can give me for cutting corners, and
there's always Vegas. You just keep it simple.
There you go.
How long did Gwen take to say yes? Because Nick, I was just talking to Priyanka. We were laughing about the 45 seconds she took to say yes.
Ooh, that's brutal. Whoa, that'll make a sweat right there, huh?
It was tough. I eventually just had to say, I'm going to put this on your finger, and then you tell me after if it's a no. But I'm tired of waiting.
Are you asking me how long it took? Here's what I remember, but it's kind of a blur, honestly. But I remember after I asked her, there was like, you know, some crying and things, and Gwen's oldest son, Kingston, was sitting right next to us when this happened. And she said, and Gwen at one moment said, "Wait a minute, did I answer you? Did I say yes out loud?" And even I was wondering, and Kingston said, "Mom, yeah, you did. I heard you say yes, you did." So I don't know how long it took, but that's how it happened.
I kind of got used to it. I didn't want to get up.
Gwen Stefani is admitting she didn't totally believe Blake Shelton's southern twang accent when she first met him. The 52-year-old Hollaback Girl songstress revealed her first impression of her now country crooner husband on The Voice with her fellow judge, newcomer Camila Cabello.
Has his accent like rubbed off on you? I used to be like, when are you gonna stop talking like that? Like, that's so fake. And then it's actually, then it was like his real voice. So, I kind of got used to it. I didn't want to get up.
I feel like it's gonna rub off on me a little bit. I'm like kind of scared.
While Gwen seems skeptical that she's gone full-on country, she did tell a contestant that she's now a, quote, honorary Oklahoman. The Rich Girl songstress got married to the country superstar in July 2021, and they haven't been shy about sharing how much they love each other. Back in May 2021, the Happy Anywhere singer spoke to Access Hollywood and gushed about his then fiancée, joking he was shocked that he was engaged to Gwen.
I love it when Gwen performs, and it's always like I have to take a moment when I see her perform or hear her on the radio and go, whoa. Now, like, sometimes it doesn't dawn on me because Gwen is Gwen to me, but in those moments she's Gwen Stefani, and her voice is so iconic, and you know, it's Gwen Stefani. That's really all you got to say. And so sometimes it still shocks me that, you know, I'm engaged to her, you know what I mean? I mean, just being honest with you. So I loved seeing it tonight, and it was just another, you know, reminder of I have outkicked my coverage.
And Gwen feels the same about Blake. She shared with Access back in September 2019 that she is his, quote, biggest fan.
When I first started on the show, I remember thinking, like, because I didn't know any of his music, so I didn't, like, when people are choosing, I'm like, why are they choosing him? Like country guy, like, hello. Yeah, like, hello. But now, like, I'm like literally his biggest fan, and honestly, I gotta say, being on the show and listening to so many talented singers, Blake Shelton is probably one of the most incredible singers I've ever heard. Like, it's kind of incredible to, because when I first heard his voice, it was very jarring. I was like, wow, it's so twangy and like country, and like it was like very like a foreign thing. And now I just listen. I started with the Reloaded album, right, which is all his greatest hits, and then eased my way in. And he's just an amazing singer, an amazing person, and a very unusual, unique person. Very generous. Very. I could just keep talking about Blake Shelton all day long.
Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton are celebrating a special milestone. The couple marked their first wedding anniversary on July 3rd with never-before-seen peaks at their 2021 nuptials, including their romantic kiss at the altar. Both superstars honored the occasion with Instagram tributes to one another, with Blake declaring that married life with Gwen has made everything better, writing, "Happy anniversary to the woman that makes my world go round. Gwen Stefani, because of you, this year has been the best year of my life. I love you. Thank you for saying yes." For her part, Gwen kept her sentiments simple but just as meaningful, reflecting on her and Blake's big day with the message, "1 year down, forever to go." The music A-listers tied the knot at their Oklahoma ranch, with pal Carson Daly serving as officiant. They've seemed head over heels since first confirming their relationship back in 2015 after working together on The Voice, and they just keep proving that they make great partners personally and professionally. Last month, Gwen surprised Blake on stage during his set at the Country Summer Music Festival in Santa Rosa, California, which happened to be on his birthday. Blake shared video of the sweet moment on social media, in which he looked shocked as his wife walked out with a chocolate cake and led the audience in a happy birthday serenade for the newly minted 46-year-old.